What's up, bud? It's Rob. This is Apparel Success. And if you don't know who I am, I run a Canadian clothing brand called K-Bud that's doing well into the six figures in sales. So I help clothing brands like yours get really good results. And in this video here, what I want to talk to you about is how you can thrive as a clothing brand without appealing to everyone. And this video here is really going to illustrate that for you. I run a Canadian-based clothing brand that's within a subculture within Canada, and I do a few $100,000 a year in revenue for my brand. And I want to break down just how small of an audience you can have and still succeed as a clothing brand, because I think that this goes over a lot of new entrepreneurs' heads. They try to appeal to everybody. They try to go too broad. And I want to break this down for you. I think that this is going to be great. Here it is. Apparel Success is sponsored by my buds over at Design Crowd. If designs are something that you need help with, I really recommend that you give them a shot. These are some of the best-selling designs on my website, and I got them all made through Design Crowd. If you're interested, head over to designcrowd.com/apparel to learn about the special offer that I have for you, or simply use the discount code APPAREL when you post a project on Design Crowd. All right, so like I said at the beginning of this video, my clothing brand does a few $100,000 in revenue a year, and it's really shocking, actually, when you think about how specific my niche is and exactly who I'm going after. I can imagine, like, the first time you watched my YouTube videos here, you had no idea what bud means. You may still not even understand my brand, K-Bud. And that's because my clothing brand is going after a specific subculture within Canada. So if you look at the world as a whole, right, there's like 9 billion people or something in the world. Scratch basically every other content from North America out of my audience size, because that's not who I'm going after. So there goes like 8 billion people or something that just aren't right for my brand. They wouldn't understand it and they'd have nothing to do with it. Then even within North America, I sell to the United States a little bit, people who like the Canadian culture within America and they understand it, but it's basically all to Canada. And then within Canada, there's even deeper than that. It's a subculture within Canada, and only maybe 6 million, 10 million people within Canada that would really understand and be super into the brand that I'm selling. And that's because they talk the way that my brand's identity talks and my brand's personality talks. And that's where I came up with the idea for my brand. Is I was a part of that subculture. That's what I was doing. And so the point here is that from our own point of view as the clothing brand owner, it can feel when you first start up like, oh, I want to try to sell to everybody. I got to get my name out there. But if you look at the world as a whole and you look at every country, you look at just how many people are on planet Earth, you start to realize that you're really only going after a specific group of people. And I honestly think that the best way to start, if you're trying to figure out all this out for your own clothing brand, is to literally look at the size of the planet and say, okay, looking at countries here, who is right for my brand and who's not right for my brand? If you're in the United States, maybe you're a brand that's literally only for the United States because that's just the appeal that you're going for. There's something about the people in the United States, maybe it's the NFL or football or something like that, that just other countries aren't as into. And that's one way to start to realize, okay, well, that's sort of shutting down my audience size in a good way, because now I know exactly who I'm going after and the type of culture that I need to try to appeal to. And here's a really good example to drill this in. I don't really listen to country music all that much. And there are country musicians out there making millions and millions of dollars making country music. I'm not going to listen to it. I don't care about it. I have no interest in it. And they're going to thrive whether I exist, fall off the face of the earth, or not. And that's because they have their own audience. People like different things and they have different interests. And this is why getting specific on who you're targeting and who you're going after is really important. Is because if you don't do this, if you try and go too broad, like the majority of the brand reviews that I end up doing, the number one piece of feedback that I usually give is your brand concept is too broad. I don't know who you're going after. I don't know who you appeal to, right? So it's really important to truly pick a set of interests, pick a set of people, pick a group of people, know where they are, know what the culture is, And that's the identity that you're trying to appeal to. That's the identity that you're trying to go after. And honestly, the more niche that you go, the easier it will be to sell. The more niche, the smaller the audience size, and the more particular the group of people, the easier time you're going to have selling your clothing. And that's because the bigger brands have monopolized the bigger audience, like the brands that everybody kind of wears, like Nike. They're able to go after everybody because they started small in a particular sport and they grew out to be this just giant all sport brand over time. And so you have to start small because that's the only way that you're going to be appealing strongly enough to a particular identity in order for them to really be interested enough to want to buy, versus going after these big trusted brands that they know are reliable, that they know create good product quality already, and that have, you know, thousands and millions of people worth of social proof. So stop trying to appeal to everybody with your clothing brand and really think about who the right people are for your clothing brand, where they are, what age they are, and what subculture you're going after for your clothing brand, and then really start marketing hard to that culture and go as deep as you possibly can into all the nuances around that culture and that particular type of person. And even think about this YouTube channel here. Most people on YouTube aren't consuming content like this. They're not into personal development and business advice, right? They're watching like cat videos or TikTok dances or something like that. And so what I've done here is I'm going after clothing brands and business concepts specifically for clothing brands. And I have 60,000 subscribers, and this YouTube channel is going to do a couple $100,000 in revenue. Just from people watching my videos and consuming my content, people coming back over and over again, you know, having a sponsor, having this little business that's very specific, that does the job better than anybody else, you know, in my mind at least, and based on the results that I'm getting. And so that's all you need to do in your particular niche for your clothing brand as well. And that's exactly what I'm also doing in my particular niche with my clothing brand. I think that this is the easiest way to make good money as an entrepreneur and create that lifestyle that you want, start building some cash and start building a life for yourself, while, you know, being in a niche that you love, that you're truly passionate about. Because when you go too broad, you know, sometimes it just gets bland and you can't be as expressive, you can't be yourself. And so with my clothing brand, I love like the little nuances of my brand, the little things that make people laugh and that they just can't find anywhere else. And I also love that about this YouTube channel, is that you're never going to find somebody with a personality quite like mine, talking in the way that I am and expressing these ideas the way that I am too. And there's other people that are equally valuable in different domains doing different things. And that's just sort of the way that the world works. And it's cool that people like different things. You know, I'm friends with everybody. They don't need to like all the same things that I do. They don't need to buy my clothing brand. Funny enough, one of the first things that I say to new people that I meet when I'm telling them about my clothing brand is you don't have to support, you don't have to buy, because my clothing brand's not for everybody. And that's completely cool. Like, we can still go out and have a beer after this. Got a lot of family members who support me and they want to buy out of support, but in my mind, I'm feeling like you don't really have to buy this. It's not actually for you, you know? I mean, it's cool if you want to support me, and if you enjoy supporting me, that's totally cool. But at the end of the day, I've got my lane, I've got my group of people that I'm going after, and that's all that I'm focused on. And so the point of this video is you can commit to a lane and commit to a thing and not have to worry about making everybody happy, and you can be really successful in doing that. If you got a lot of value out of this video, murder the like button for me. Let me know what you think about all this in the comments below. And if you haven't already, check out my free clothing brand marketing masterclass. All you have to do to get access is go to apparelsuccess.com/masterclass, and you can watch the whole thing for free. And if you've made it to this point in the video, I want to tell you about the closed Facebook group that we have for Apparel Success. There's a link in the description. Follow that link, join us in the group, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.